Hey, you guys, come on in. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Let me share. Come on in. Come on in, you guys. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. I have some stuff to share with you guys. Come on in. Hey, you guys. Welcome. Let me know who's here. Hey, Kim, what's going on, beautiful? Good to see you. You all listen. I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell y'all something about 2021 for me. 2021 has been the year where I've gone through probably 80% of the stuff that I thought, okay, this will just take me out. Like 80% of the stuff. Why is it doing my teeth like I got braces? They too white. What is going on? But 80% at least of the stuff. Oh God, this thing that I've gone through in 2021 is stuff that I thought I would not be able to handle. Stuff that, and I won't say that I thought I wouldn't be able to handle, but would be like, listen, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. Things that I didn't want to deal with. Things that I didn't want to have to face. Things that I didn't want to have to go through, right? And so I found myself in 2021 facing those very things, right? And so I came to tell you, listen, I don't care what you've gone through in 21, you're too close to stop. You heard what I said. You're too close to stop. Now, listen, I got a phone call. Well, I've gotten several phone calls. Let me just say that. I've gotten several phone calls. I've had several deaths. I got a call yesterday about a situation. And I got mad and I just went to praying. I went to praying, declaring, and decreeing. And then I got a message today that everything was good. Okay, listen, y'all, you too close to stop. Everything that's happened in your life in 21, everything the enemy's thrown at you, everything that people have done negative towards you, all of that stuff is designed to get you to stop. That's it, period. Everything has been designed to get you to stop. All of that stuff that's been weighing on you, all of the stuff that you've been going through, like it's been designed to get you to stop. Literally, when was it? What's today? Thursday? Literally, Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I woke up, sore throat, fever, aches, chills. Like I woke up feeling like straight, like what in the world is going on? And I know that the enemy's plan was for me to just stop, to just totally shut down. Well, listen, let me tell you what I did do. What I did was I took a couple of days and I spent the majority of those days in the bed, like just in the bed. Like I'm like, oh my God, this morning I'm going to go get tested just to clear that, it ain't no COVID. Listen, I'm like, COVID, you need to mind your business, okay? But literally, all of these things happen in order to get us to stop, but you're too close to stop. You don't think so? Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm just going to ask you some questions. Y'all give me your answers. Has God given you some things to do that you've not yet completed? Has he given you some things to do that you've not yet completed? Some things that you know you got to do, but you haven't done it yet. Things that you know you got to finish, but you haven't finished it yet. Has he made you some promises? Has he shown you some stuff to let you know where you're going? Has he given you glimpses of your future? Has he allowed you to experience bits and pieces of what you want and desire in your life? Has God done any of that? Anybody? Got some stuff undone, some stuff not finished. You got some stuff you know you need to do. You haven't done it. You've gotten glimpses, but you ain't seen the thing yet. Da, 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 da. Is that you? If that's you, put me. If that's you, put me. And this is so important because we got to understand where we are. See, if you don't understand where you are, you will stop prematurely. If you don't understand where you are, you'll give up prematurely. If you don't understand where you are, you'll throw the blessing away, the promise away, because you've gotten weighed down by the obstacles that you faced. Why face all those obstacles only to give the enemy reign and to not walk in the promise that God made you? That makes no sense to me. If God has made you promises, why would you think that he would stop short of the promise? Why would you think that? He's not. But you may have to go through some stuff to get there. You may have to deal with some sickness. You may have to deal with some death. You may have to deal with some loss. You may have to deal with some relational changes. You may have to deal with all those things. Jesus did. Jesus went through stuff. Jesus dealt with stuff. Right? The promise was on the other side of the cross. The promise was on the other side of the cross. In other words, Jesus had to be nailed to the cross, spit on, whipped, bleeding, mocked, betrayed. All of those things were necessary. He not only had to be on the cross, but he had to die on the cross. That's what he said. It said, it is finished. It was finished, and he gave up the ghost. He gave it up willingly. Problem is, we're close, but we don't want to give up the ghost. Dr. V, what do you mean by saying we don't want to give up the ghost? We don't want to give up the old us. We don't want to give up the us that is not ready for the next dimension. We don't want to give up the us that we've been for so long that it's just become a part of who we are. We don't want to give up the things that we know we need to give up, the things that we know we've got to overcome, the things that we know we've got to get on the other side of. We don't want to release them. And because we won't release them, we can't get the promise. Because we won't get to the other side, we can't get to the promise. But we're so close. We're so close to the promise. We're just too close to give up now. I get it. You have flaws. I get it. You haven't been perfect. You've made missteps, mistakes. Listen, you've mistaken some people in your life. Listen, I get it. But guess what? You're too close to give up. You done went through all of those betrayals. You done went through all of those attacks. You done went through all of those lies. You done went through and endured all of that. And you're going to just stop now? So what? So they can win? No. This is the time that you press into God. Press into God like never before. I'm not telling you grind, but I'm telling you press. The promise is in the press. We got to press to get to the promise. If we don't press, we're going to miss it. If we don't press, we're going to find ourselves stuck. If we don't press, we're going to find ourselves having gone through hell and high water for nothing. We won't even get to see the promise. Can you imagine what it must have been like? Can you imagine what it must have been like for Moses to have gone through all that he went through only to not be able to be one of the people to cross over into the promised land? Went through all of that and couldn't cross over into the promised land. Not that the promised land wasn't there. The promised land was right there, but he couldn't step foot in it because of things that he did and things that he allowed others to do. Man, do you want that for you? Do you want to be standing there watching other people go into the promised land while you standing on the sideline saying, I wish I could have gotten there? Listen, you don't have to let 21 go out and not continue your press. You don't. It was a press for me to get up to do this live. I wanted to go live yesterday, but I could not. I did not have it. I did not have the energy. I couldn't do it. Like, I was just so exhausted. I was like, Lord, I can't. This morning he said, oh no, you going live. Oh no, you're doing this. I said, oh my God, I look like death warmed over. And I did. I looked so bad last night. My sister called me and she said, oh, I forgot you were sick. You look horrible. Thank you very much for that, ma'am. So this morning I had to get up, take a shower, wash my face, put my makeup on, do my hair. I had to do something to myself. I had to do something. Why? Today is December 30th. We're almost at the end of 2021. We're about to cross over into 2022. And I cannot cross over into 22 without pressing my way in. You see, it would be so easy if I felt great, if everything was all good. But baby, can I just tell you, thank you, beautiful. Can I just tell you that God honors my press more than he honors someone who got up and didn't have to deal with anything to get up and do a live? Because it cost me. See, we want the promise without the cost. It does not roll like that. That's not how it happens. That's not how it goes. God is looking for some people who are willing to press through whatever it is, press through obstacles, challenges, disappointments, lies, betrayals, press through all of that and still do the work. And do the work with a smile. Do the work with expectation. Do the work knowing it's not in vain. Do the work knowing that it is for God's glory and not our own. Do the work expecting God to produce miracles in our lives. Expecting it. Expecting it. You just got to expect it. Expect the miracle. I don't know about you, but I have a spirit of expectation. I have a spirit of expectation that defies my situation. It defies where I am. It defies what I'm going through. My spirit of expectation is one that is like, okay, God, what you doing? I know you doing something great. I know that you got greatness on the horizon. I know that you're moving in my life. I know that you're setting me up. I know that everything that I've gone through in 2021 was a setup for what you plan to do for 2022, God, and I am excited about it. I know that oh my God, the counterfeits have come because the real is coming. I get it, God. And I know that you got me. And when you know that God's got you, you can move a little differently. You can move with expectation. It's so funny how when people think that you're down, when people think that like you don't have the steam to fight, that you're not gonna make it, how people will come and try to attack you and destroy you when you are down. That is God's way of revealing people's hearts to you. Baby, you better know those that labor among you. Lady Michelle Proctor, that's one of her favorite scriptures. She said, you just have to know those that labor among you. You got to know who's a snake. You got to know who's a user. You got to know who's waiting for the right moment to just attack you. You got to know that stuff. And you got to know those people that got you for real. You got to know those people that have your best interest at heart, those people that are going to ride with you, those people that are going to support you no matter what. Listen, you got to know who is who and what role everybody has to play. If you don't have a Judas in your life, if you haven't had a Judas, Judas is a part of that comes with the assignment. Judas comes with the assignment. Judas comes with the assignment. What did I say? Judas comes with the assignment. Jesus had to have a Judas. When Judas shows up, guess what you know? Oh, it's about to be on. That's why, listen, sometimes you got to tell people, do what you must and do it quickly. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. Do that and do it quickly. Because then you give God permission to deal with them and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. Listen, you can let God be God and do what God does. Because I promise you this, you cannot attack the men and women of God and think that there will not be consequences. You cannot. There are always consequences, baby. When I tell you there are consequences, listen, if I could roll out the testimonies. Listen, of people who have sought to destroy me and the things that they've had to go through as a result, always ends up back in the same place. You got to make it right. You got to make it right. You got to make it right. That's why I try my best to live at peace with all mankind. Because, listen, I know what those coals of fire heap on people's heads, even when they don't know. Jesus understood. That's why he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He didn't want them to experience the full wrath. He didn't want them to have to experience the full wrath of God. I'm telling you. Oh, wow. The baby is watching. Look at God. Look, y'all. I'm just telling you. You're too close to quit. You're too close to stop. What if I'd stopped today when I didn't get on? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, God is doing something miraculous, and I am here for every single bit of it. I don't want to miss a thing that he does. In fact, I'm so excited about what God is doing. I'm so walking in expectation. Tonight, I'm doing my 2022 vision strategy session at 7:00. Those of you who want to attend, I'll drop the link for you to attend. But, I'm doing that tonight at 7. And what I know is what God is going to do for people is really give them clarity. The beauty is I'm getting ready to do mine first. I'm so excited about this thing because I know that God is revealing some stuff. And I know that as he reveals, like, there is some great stuff on the horizon. Let God be God in your life. And remember, you're too close to quit. Don't quit. Don't stop. Don't give up now. Keep pressing. And if you can't do anything but press into God, press into God. Go to our daddy in a way that allows him to move mightily in your life. At 7:45, I'm going to be doing I'm going to do it at 7:45. Because I need to get to that place early. I think I'm going to do it at 7:30. At 7:30, I'm going to do my prophetic drive-by, the prophetic word for 2022. And we're going to see what it is that God is saying about 2022. I'm telling you, yes, Lori. Yes, Lori said, I can't stop, won't stop, too close, and I'm going to live to see it happen. Amen. Praise God, y'all. Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice. And today, I just dared to obey God. I dared to do it, even though I didn't feel like it. I dared to do it, even though my body said no. I dared to do it, even though it was a challenge for me. I dared to do it because I want what God has for me so much. I want to get to that place, and I want to hear him say those words. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Listen, you can get those well done, but you're going to have to press. Remember, at 7:30 a.m., I'm going to do the prophetic word for 2022. I'm going to share with you guys what God is sharing with me about 22 and what 22 is going to be. I pray that you join us. I'm going to post the event reminder. So I'm going to set this stream up, and then you'll be able to click reminder, and it'll remind you. Much like my affirmations remind me. Like, I just got an affirmation, and it said, I am one of a kind, and I am. And so are you. Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Be absolutely, amazingly, and incredibly blessed. Mwah. Love you to life.